to introduce our next guest of honor, Dr. Professor Saujanya Puri, Professor and Head at NSHM Center for Language and Communication. Dr. Puri has 24 years of experience in teaching, training, and consulting. She's a certified career coach and trainer with proven expertise in leveraging technology for effective classroom transaction of content curriculum and classroom management for academia and industry. She's also a corporate trainer with experience in conducting corporate training, master classes, workshops, and case studies in the said areas. We thank Ms. Saujanya Puri for representing the NSHM Center for Language and Communications, our program partner for today's event. I may call upon Professor Dr. Saujanya Puri on stage, and to felicitate her, I call upon Mr. Rishabh Dubey. Please put your hands together for Ms. Saujanya Puri. Thank you, Mr. Dubey. I may now request Dr. Puri to say a few words.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to yet another edition of the Ukyoto Literary Carnival. Congratulations to Arjun and his team for giving us an opportunity to connect at various cities and in Kolkata specifically, which has been one place which has been a precursor to change. It's been a precursor towards learning, knowledge, and the human connect, which we never miss. I've been listening to the previous speakers talking about, thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, for that informative talk where we could draw insights on the changing phase of the publishing industry. And of course, Mr. Mukhopadhyay for the wonderful initial insights into literature, being a literature person himself. I represent the Center for Language and Communication, where we are continuously trying to train our students for effective language, communication, and employability skills. Having said that, as I stand today, I represent a body which often feels that there's a lack of content in the classroom because the youngsters of today are so much bombarded with so much information, and we are always looking at more content which would satisfy them. We have enough textbooks, we have enough literature, but we are standing at crossroads that where do we have the time? A student who walks into a class, which is a 4-year program now, by the graduation is now a 4-year program, where most of us studied for a 3-year program, has got about 7 subjects. He has to complete all those subjects. And then also all his assignments and make time for reading. So the best resort for him or her was to go in for an audiobook. But then, does that actually satisfy the soul of the youngsters of today? The biggest theme which revolves around most of the discussions now is emotional intelligence. All of us are lonely. Earlier, it was books which would give us solace, and I'm very happy to hear that the publishing industry in India tops one of the top 3 countries, which is going to top the world in another few years. But then if there's so much of consumption happening, do we have the relevant tools through which the youngsters of today can take a sucker? because the themes which we are dealing with, and I think I've always spoken about it in most of my talks at Ukyoto, is that we are looking at more themes which would actually help everyone to develop more insights into things which are happening. Because with the generation which is looking at instant gratification, with the generation which is looking at very simple themes which would pacify the souls, we are talking about humanities which is changing. We are talking about green humanities, blue humanities, plastic humanities. But we need to have more readings on this so that they could, more literature on this, so that the people could take to it. Well, you're talking about Gestalt, we're talking about things like, infringement of copyright, and it takes back to my initial days of my study, wherein I was dealing with a book by Graham Swift, Last Orders, which eventually won the Booker Prize. Well, I was doing a study of it. It was a comparison of William Faulkner's Last Orders. Whereas you had a story of the coffin, the corpse being carried, the coffin being carried out through the entire village where he lived with a set of friends, and Last Ashes captured the story of how 5 friends tried to immerse the ashes of his friend. They were 2 different, similar stories told in different times. Now, if somebody now puts on area of saying that it is infringing on my copyright, well, I went on to understand that people sitting at different areas might be thinking the same thing. There might be areas that you might be contemplating on a similar issue. So, youngsters of today, they use AI and ChatGPT for their assignments as well, and it is allowed in some colleges. It's allowed in some assignments, a portion of it. Until unless even when you write your research papers, we do a plagiarism check, and about maybe 5 to 10% is something which is allowed. We are living in a changing times. We cannot get away from AI. It is there and it would stay. Having said that, it will not take away the creativity from us. It is for us to look at newer themes, things which the AI cannot think about, which only the human minds can think. It would give you a very shallow answer, and most of it is faulty. But it's always the absolute idea of giving it the right key. And one theme, with so many brilliant authors sitting here, is talking about our mind. I think the major differentiator for us is the mind and how fertile we could make our mind. And I really appreciate how Ukyoto has been talking about our own traditions and cultures. I'm not talking about religion per se. I'm talking about adapting most of the textbooks, most of our ancient stories into literature. I think when we're dealing with a generation, when looking at India to be one of the most promising country in the world today, and with Indian passport being one of those best passports people looking forward to, I think a shift comes in wherein we could have our own youngsters love our country more and are exposed to most of Indian culture and traditions. We may not want to hear that. And as we embrace the Mother Language Day, which is on the Feb 21st, the Bhasha Divas, I think all of us look at it as one day where we celebrate our vernacular language. But I think it is also very important for us to look at a lot of this folklore, stories, untold stories, which can be brought out into text. There are a lot of people, we always go back, when I ask my students to write about eminent personality, they go back and pull out a book on Steve Jobs and bring it. I'd like to write about him. But there are a lot of people in our country, our lost heroes, so many of our eminent personalities whose stories have not been told. So it's a request to all the authors sitting here that if you would not to get bogged down by the intervention of AI, it is there to stay and we'll have to live with it, but look at newer themes, newer stories, and chronicling of those little moments which would make humans much more intelligent and sane, and see how we can ensure that we can occupy those empty, lonely spaces with more content and more discussions like this. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Looking forward to further discussions. Thank you.